You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Our question is, which of the following is used to prioritize internet uses per application and per user on the network? Option A, bandwidth management. Option B, load balancing routing. Option C, border gateway protocol. Option D, administrative distance. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following would most likely to be used to review previous upgrades to a system? Option A, business continuity plan. Option B, change management. Option C, system life cycle. Option D, standard operating procedures. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a network device is configured to send critical events to a syslog server. However, the following alerts are not being received. Severity 5 link up-down interface 1 changed state to down severity 5 link up-down interface 1 changed state to down. Which of the following describes the reason why the events are not being received? Option A, the network device is not configured to log that level to the syslog server. Option B, the network device was down and could not send the event. Option C, the syslog server is not compatible with the network device. Option D, the syslog server did not have the correct MIB loaded to receive the message. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network administrator discovers that users in an adjacent building are connecting to the company's guest wireless network to download inappropriate material. Which of the following can the administrator do to most easily mitigate this issue? Option A, reduce the wireless power levels. Option B, adjust the wireless channels. Option C, enable wireless client isolation. Option D, enable wireless port security. Correct answer is option A. Question is, an attacker is attempting to find the password to a network by inputting common words and phrases in plain text to the password prompt. Which of the following attack types best describe this action? Option A, pass the hash attack. Option B, rainbow table attack. Option C, brute force attack. Option D, dictionary attack. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Question is, a network engineer is investigating reports of poor network performance. Upon reviewing a device configuration, the engineer finds that duplex settings are mismatched on both ends. Which of the following would be the most likely result of this finding? Option A, increased CRC errors. Option B, increased giants and runts. Option C, increased switching loops. Option D, increased device temperature. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following types of devices can provide content filtering and threat protection and manage multiple IPsec site-to-site connections? Option A, layer 3 switch. Option B, VPN headend. Option C, next generation firewall. Option D, proxy server. Option D, intrusion prevention. Correct answer is option C. Question is, a network administrator is configuring a load balancer for two systems. Which of the following must the administrator configure to ensure connectivity during a failover? Option A, VIP. Option B, NAT. Option C, AP/IPA. Option D, IPv6 tunneling. Option E, broadcast IP. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network engineer configured new firewalls with the correct configuration to be deployed to each remote branch. Unneeded services were disabled and all firewall rules were applied successfully. Which of the following should the network engineer perform next to ensure all the firewalls are hardened successfully? Option A, ensure an implicit permission rule is enabled. Option B, configure the log settings on the firewalls to the central syslog server. Option C, update the firewalls with current firmware and software. Option D, use the same complex passwords on all firewalls. Correct answer is option C. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Our question is, a security engineer is trying to determine whether an internal server was accessed by host on the internet. The internal server was shut down during the investigation. Which of the following will the engineer review to determine whether the internal server had an unauthorized access attempt? Option A, the server's syslog. Option B, the net flow statistics. Option C, the firewall logs. Option D, the audit logs on the core switch. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a company joins a bank's financial network and establishes a connection to the clearinghouse servers in the range of this. An IT technician then realizes the range exists within the VM pool at the data center. Which of the following is the best way for the technician to connect to the bank's server? Option A, NAT. Option B, PAT. Option C, CIDR. Option D, SLAAC. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network administrator would like to purchase a device that provides access ports to endpoints and has the ability to route between networks. Which of the following would be the best for the administrator to purchase? Option A, an IPS. Option B, a layer 3 switch. Option C, a router. Option D, a wireless LAN controller. Correct answer is option B. Question is, at which of the following OSI model layers does routing occur? Option A, data link. Option B, transport. Option C, physical. Option D, network. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a company streams video to multiple devices across a campus. When this happens, several users report a degradation of network performance. Which of the following would most likely address this issue? Option A, enable IGMP snooping on the switches. Option B, implement another DHCP server. Option C, reconfigure port tagging for the video traffic. Option D, change the SSID of the APs. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Question is, users are reporting intermittent Wi-Fi connectivity in specific parts of a building. Which of the following should the network administrator check first when troubleshooting this issue? Select two options. Option A, site survey. Option B, EIRP. Option C, AP placement. Option D, captive portal. Option E, SSID assignment. Option F, AP association time. Correct answer is option A and option C. Question is, which of the following OSI model layers is where a technician would view UDP information? Option A, physical. Option B, data link. Option C, network. Option D, transport. Correct answer is option D. Question is, a system administrator needs to improve Wi-Fi performance in a densely populated office tower and use the latest standard. There is a mix of devices that use 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. Which of the following should the systems administrator select to meet this requirement? Option A, 802.11 AC. Option B, 802.11 AX. Option C, 802.11 G. Option D, 802.11 N. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a technician receives feedback that some users are experiencing high amounts of jitter while using the wireless network. While troubleshooting the network, the technician uses the ping command with the IP address of the default gateway and verifies large variations in latency. The technician thinks the issue may be interference from other networks and non-802.11 devices. Which of the following tools should the technician use to troubleshoot the issue? Option A, Net Flow Analyzer. Option B, Bandwidth Analyzer. Option C, Protocol Analyzer. Option D, Spectrum Analyzer. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Question is, two network technicians are installing a fiber optic link between routers. The technicians used a light meter to verify the correct fibers. However, when they connect the fibers to the router interface, the link does not connect. Which of the following would explain the issue? Choose two options. Option A, they used the wrong type of fiber transceiver. Option B, incorrect TX-RX polarity exists on the link. Option C, the connection has duplexing configuration issues. Option D, halogen light fixes are causing interference. Option E, one of the technicians installed a loopback adapter. Option F, the RSSI was not strong enough on the link. Correct answer is option A and option B. Question is, an ISP is unable to provide services to a user in a remote area through cable and DSL. Which of the following is the next best solution to provide services without adding external infrastructure? Option A, fiber. Option B, leased line. Option C, satellite. Option D, metro optical. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a technician removes an old PC from the network and replaces it with a new PC that is unable to connect to the LAN. Which of the following is most likely the cause of the issue? Option A, port security. Option B, port tagging. Option C, port aggregation. Option D, port mirroring. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a corporate client is experiencing global system outages. The IT team has identified multiple potential underlying causes throughout the enterprise. Each team member has been assigned an area to troubleshoot. Which of the following approaches is being used? Option A, divide and conquer. Option B, top to bottom. Option C, bottom to top. Option D, determine if anything changed. Correct answer is option A. Question is, when accessing corporate network resources, users are required to authenticate to each application they try to access. Which of the following concepts does the best represent? Option A SSO, Option B Zero Trust, Option C VPN, Option D Role-Based Access Control. Correct answer is option B. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Question is, which of the following network devices can perform routing between VLANs? Option A Layer 2 switch, Option B Layer 3 switch, Option C load balancer, Option D bridge. Correct answer is option B. Question is, network connectivity in an extensive forest reserve was achieved using fiber optics. A network fault was detected and now the repair team needs to check the integrity of the fiber cable. Which of the following actions can reduce repair time? Option A using a tone generator and wire map to determine the fault location. Option B using a multimeter to locate the fault point. Option C using an OTDR in one end of the optic cable to get the fiber length information. Option D using a spectrum analyzer and comparing the current wavelength with a working baseline. Correct answer is option C. Question is, which of the following DHCP settings would be used to ensure a device gets the same IP address each time it is connected to the network? Option A scope options, Option B reservation, Option C exclusion, Option D relay, Option E pool. Correct answer is option A. Question is, logs show an unauthorized IP address entering a secure part of the network every night at 8 p.m. The network administrator is concerned that this IP address will cause an issue to a critical server and would like to deny the IP address at the edge of the network. Which of the following solutions would address these concerns? Option A changing the VLAN of the web server. Option B changing the server's IP address. Option C implementing an ACL. Option D instating a rule on the firewall connected to the web server. Correct answer is option C. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Question is, a network administrator walks into a data center and notices an unknown person is following closely. The administrator stops and directs the person to the security desk. Which of the following attacks did the network administrator prevent? Option A evil twin, Option B tailgating, Option C piggybacking, Option D shoulder surfing. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a client recently added 100 users who are using VMs. All users have since reported slow or unresponsive desktops. Reports show minimal network congestion, zero packet loss, and acceptable packet delay. Which of the following metrics will most accurately show the underlying performance issues? Choose two options. Option A CPU uses, Option B memory, Option C temperature, Option D bandwidth, Option E latency, Option F jitter. Correct answer is option A and option B. Question is, an administrator is writing a script to periodically log the IPv6 and MAC addresses of all the devices on a network segment. Which of the following switch features will most likely be used to assist with this task? Option A spanning tree protocol, Option B neighbor discovery protocol, Option C link aggregation control protocol, Option D address resolution protocol. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a company built a new building at its headquarters location. The new building is connected to the company's LAN via fiber optic cable. Multiple users in the new building are unable to access the company's intranet site via their web browser, but they are able to access internet sites. Which of the following describes how the network administrator can resolve this issue? Option A, correct the DNS server entries in the DHCP scope. Option B, correct the external firewall gateway address. Option C, correct the NTP server settings on the client. Option D, correct a TFTP issue on the company's server. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Question is, a technician is installing a new fiber connection to a network device in a data center. The connection from the device to the switch also traverses a patch panel connection. The chain of the connections is in the following order: device LC/LC patch cable patch panel, cross connect fiber cable patch panel, LC/LC patch cable switch. The connection is not working. The technician has changed both patch cables with non-working patch cables. The device had been tested and was working properly before being installed. Which of the following is the most likely cause of the issue? Option A, TX/RX is reversed. Option B, an incorrect cable was used. Option C, the device failed during installation. Option D, authentication is occurring. Attenuation is occurring. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following provides redundancy on a file server to ensure the server is still connected to a LAN even in the event of a port failure on a switch? Option A, NIC teaming. Option B, load balancer. Option C, RAID array. Option D, PDUs. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a user reports being unable to access network resources after making some changes in the office. Which of the following should a network technician do first? Option A, check the system's IP address. Option B, do a ping test against the servers. Option C, reset the cables into the back of the PC. Option D, ask what changes were made. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Question is, two network technicians are installing a fiber optic link between routers. The technicians used a light meter to verify the correct fibers. However, when they connect the fibers to the router interface, the link does not connect. Which of the following would explain the issue? Choose two options. Option A, they used the wrong type of fiber transceiver. Option B, incorrect TX/RX polarity exists on the link. Option C, the connection has duplexing configuration issues. Option D, halogen light fixes are causing interference. Option E, one of the technicians installed a loopback adapter. Option F, the RSSI was not strong enough on the link. Correct answer is option A and option B. Question is, an ISP is unable to provide services to a user in a remote area through cable and DSL. Which of the following is the next best solution to provide services without adding external Infrastructure. Option A, fiber. Option B, leased line. Option C, satellite. Option D, metro optical. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a technician removes an old PC from the network and replaces it with a new PC that is unable to connect to the LAN. Which of the following is most likely the cause of the issue? Option A, port security. Option B, port tagging. Option C, port aggregation. Option D, port mirroring. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a corporate client is experiencing global system outages. The IT team has identified multiple potential underlying causes throughout the enterprise. Each team member has been assigned an area to troubleshoot. Which of the following approaches is being used? Option A, divide and conquer. Option B, top to bottom. Option C, bottom to top. Option D, determine if anything changed. Correct answer is option A. Question is, when accessing corporate network resources, users are required to authenticate to each application they try to access. Which of the following concepts does the best represent? Option A, SSO. Option B, zero trust. Option C, VPN. Option D, role-based access control. Correct answer is option B. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Question is, which of the following network devices can perform routing between VLANs? Option A, layer 2 switch. Option B, layer 3 switch. Option C, load balancer. Option D, bridge. Correct answer is option B. Question is, network connectivity in an extensive forest reserve was achieved using fiber optics. A network fault was detected and now the repair team needs to check the integrity of the fiber cable. Which of the following actions can reduce repair time? Option A, using a tone generator and wire map to determine the fault location. Option B, using a multimeter to locate the fault point. Option C, using an OTDR in one end of the optic cable to get the fiber length information. Option D, using a spectrum analyzer and comparing the current wavelength with a working baseline. Correct answer is option C. Question is, which of the following DHCP settings would be used to ensure a device gets the same IP address each time it is connected to the network? Option A, scope options. Option B, reservation. Option C, exclusion. Option D, relay. Option E, pool. Correct answer is option A. Question is, logs show an unauthorized IP address entering a secure part of the network every night at 8 p.m. The network administrator is concerned that this IP address will cause an issue to a critical server and would like to deny the IP address at the edge of the network. Which of the following solutions would address these concerns? Option A, changing the VLAN of the web server. Option B, changing the server's IP address. Option C, implementing an ACL. Option D, instating a rule on the firewall connected to the web server. Correct answer is option C. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Our question is, which of the following would be the most co-effective recovery solution for a company's lower priority applications? Option A, warm site. Option B, cloud site. Option C, hot site. Option D, cold site. Correct answer is option D. Question is, a systems operator is granted access to a monitoring application, configuration application, and timekeeping application. The operator is denied access to the financial and project management applications by the system's security configuration. Which of the following best describes the security principle in use? Option A, network access control. Option B, least privilege. Option C, multi-factor authentication. Option D, separation of duties. Correct answer is option D. Question is, after a critical power issue, the network team was received UPS status notifications. The network team would like to be alerted on these status changes. Which of the following would be best to use for these notifications? Option A, traps. Option B, MB. Option C, NetFlow. Option D, syslog. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a company's data center is hosted at its corporate office to ensure greater control over the security of sensitive data. During times when there are increased workloads, some of the company's non-sensitive data is shifted to an external cloud provider. Which of the following cloud deployment models does this describe? Option A, hybrid. Option B, community. Option C, public. Option D, private. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a Wi-Fi network was recently deployed in a new multi-level building. Several issues are now being reported related to latency and drops in coverage. Which of the following is the first step to troubleshoot the issue? Option A, perform a site survey. Option B, review the AP placement. Option C, monitor channel utilization. Option D, test cable authentication. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Question is, a network administrator is installing a new server in ME data center. The administrator is concerned the amount of traffic generated will exceed 1 GB. The higher throughput NICs are not available for installation. Which of the following is the best solution for this issue? Option A, install an additional NIC and configuration LACP. Option B, remove some of the applications from the server. Option C, configure the NIC to use fun duplex. Option D, configure port mirroring to send traffic to another server. Option E, install a SSD to decrease data processing time. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following topologies requires the most connections when designing a network? Option A, maze. Option B, star. Option C, bus. Option D, ring. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following is a benefit of the spine and leaf network topology? Option A, increased network security. Option B, stable network latency. Option C, simplified network management. Option D, eliminated need for inter-VLAN routing. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network engineer receives the following when connecting to a switch to configure a port. Telnet this. Connecting to this. Could not open connection to the host on port 23, connect failed. Which of the following is the most likely cause for the failure? Option A, the network engineer is using the wrong protocol. Option B, the network engineer does not have permission to configure the device. Option C, SNMP has been secured with an ACL. Option D, the switch port the engineer is trying to configure is down. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Question is, an IT officer is installing a new web. Which of the following must the officer change to connect users securely to the web? Option A, AES encryption. Option B, channel to the highest frequency within the band. Option C, TKIP encryption protocol. Option D, dynamic selection of the frequency. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network administrator would like 10 enable net flow on a layer 3 switch but is concerned about how the feature may impact the switch. Which of the following metrics should the administrator graph using SNMP to best measure the feature's impact? Option A, CPU uses. Option B, temperature. Option C, electrical consumption. Option D, bandwidth uses. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a technician performed a manual reconfiguration of a firewall and network connectivity was re-established. Some connection events that were previously sent to a syslog server are no longer being generated by the firewall. Which of the following should the technician perform to fix the issue? Option A, adjust the proper logging level on the new firewall. Option B, tune the filter for logging the severity level on the syslog server. Option C, activate net flow traffic between the syslog server and the firewall. Option D, restart the SNMP service running on the syslog server. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following attack vectors represents a large number of devices sending access requests to website, making it unavailable to respond? Option A, virus. Option B, botnet. Option C, ARP spooling. Option D, DDoS. Correct answer is option D. Question is, which of the following use cases would justify the deployment of an MGRE hub and spoke topology? Option A, an increase in network security using encryption and packet encapsulation. Option B, a network expansion caused by an increase in the number of branch locations to the headquarters. Option C, a mandatory requirement to increase the deployment of an SO-WAN network. Option D, an improvement in network efficiency by increasing the useful packet payload. Correct answer is option C. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Now the question is, a client utilizes mobile tablets to view high-resolution images and videos via Wi-Fi within a corporate office building. The previous administrator installed multiple high-density APs with Wi-Fi 5, providing maximum coverage, but the measured performance is still below expected levels. Which of the following would provide the best solution? Option A, channel bonding. Option B, EIRP power settings. Option C, antenna polarization. Option D, a directional antenna. Correct answer is option A. Question is, several end users viewing a training video report seeing pixelated images while watching. A network administrator reviews the core switch and is unable to find an immediate cause. Which of the following best explains what is occurring? Option A, jitter. Option B, bandwidth. Option C, latency. Option D, giants. Correct answer is option C. Question is, A medical building offers patients Wi-Fi in the waiting room. Which of the following security feature would be the best solution to provide secure connections and keep the medical data protected? Option A. Isolated the guest network. Option B. Securing SNMP. Option C. MAC filtering. Option D. Disabling unneeded switch ports. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Question is, a user calls the IT department to report being unable to log in after locking the computer. The user resets the password and later in the day the user is again unable to log in after locking the computer. Which of the following attacks against the user is most likely taking place? Option A. Brute force. Option B. On path. Option C. Deauthentication. Option D. Phishing. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a Fortune 500 firm is deciding on the kind of data center equipment to install given its 5-year budget outlook. The chief information comparing equipment based on the life expectancy of different models. Which of the following concepts best represent this metric? Option A. MTBF. Option B. MTRR. Option C. RPO. Option D. RTO. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network administrator wants to check all network connections and see the output in integer form. Which of the following commands should the administrator run on the command line? Option A. netstat. Option B. netstat A. Option C. netstat E. Option D. netstat N. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following would most likely utilize PoE? Option A. A camera. Option B. A printer. Option C. A hub. Option D. A modem. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network engineer needs to both data and telephony on an access port. Which of the following features should be configured to meet this requirement? Option A. VLAN. Option B. VoIP. Option C. VIP. Option D. VRRP. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following protocols can be used to change device configurations via encrypted and authenticated sessions? Select two options. Option A. SNMP v3. Option B. SSH. Option C. Telnet. Option D. IPsec. Option E. ESP. Option F. syslog. Correct answer is option A and option B. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Question is, which of the following is used to elect an STP route? Option A. A bridge ID. Option B. A bridge protocol data unit. Option C. Interface port priority. Option D. A switch route port. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following documents would be used to define uptime commitments from a provider along with the details on measurement and enforcement? Option A. NDA. Option B. SLA. Option C. MOU. Option D. AUP. Correct answer is option B. Question is, which of the following uses the link state routing algorithm and operates within a single autonomous system? Option A. EIGRP. Option B. OSPF. Option C. RIP. Option D. BGP. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a customer wants to log into a vendor server using a web browser on a laptop. Which of the following would require the least configuration to allow encrypted access to the server? Option A, secure sockets layer. Option B, site-to-site VPN. Option C, remote desktop gateway. Option D, client-to-site VPN. Correct answer is option D. Question is, a network administrator received a report stating a critical vulnerability was detected on an application that is exposed to the internet. Which of the following is appropriate next step? Option A, check for the existence of a known exploit in order to assess the risk. Option B, immediately shut down the vulnerable application server. Option C, install a network access control agent on the server. Option D, deploy a new server to host the application. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following architectures reduces network latency by enforcing a limit on the number of switching devices on the frames path between any internal hosts? Option A, spine and leaf. Option B, software-defined network. Option C, three-tiered. Option D, collapsed core. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Our question is, a help desk technician is concerned that a client's network cable issues may be causing intermittent connectivity. Which of the following would help the technician determine if this is the issue? Option A, run the slow interface command on the switch. Option B, run the traceroute command on the server. Option C, run IPERF on the technician's desktop. Option D, ping the client's computer from the router. Option E, run a post scanner on the client's IP address. Correct answer is option B. Question is, two users on a LAN establish a video call. Which of the following OSI model layers ensures the initiation, coordination, and termination of the call? Option A, session. Option B, physical. Option C, transport. Option D, data link. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network administrator is reviewing the network device logs on a syslog server. The messages are normal, but the stamps on the messages are incorrect. Which of the following actions should the administrator take to ensure the log message time stamps are correct? Option A, change the NTP settings on the network device. Option B, change the time on the syslog server. Option C, update the network device's firmware. Option D, adjust the timeout settings on the syslog server. Option E, adjust the SSH settings on the network device. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following provides guidance to an employee about restricting non-business access to the company's video conferencing solution? Option A, acceptable use policy. Option B, data loss prevention. Option C, remote access policy. Option D, standard operating procedure. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following can be used to decrease latency during periods of high utilization of a firewall? Option A, hot site. Option B, NIC teaming. Option C, HA pair. Option D, VRRP. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Question is, an engineer is gathering data to determine the effectiveness of UPSs in use at remote retail locations. Which of the following statistics can the engineer use to determine the availability of the remote network equipment? Option A, uptime. Option B, net flow baseline. Option C. SNMP traps. Option D. Interface statistics. Correct answer is option A. Question is, which of the following would be used when connecting devices that have different physical characteristics? Option A. A proxy server. Option B. An industrial control system. Option C. A load balancer. Option D. A media converter. Correct answer is option D. Question is, which of the following issues are present with RIPv2? Select two options. Option A. Routing poisoning. Option B. Time of converge. Option C. Scalability. Option D. Unicast. Option E. Adjacent neighbors. Option F. Maximum transmission unit. Correct answer is option A and option E. Question is, a network administrator is trying to add network redundancy for the server farm. Which of the following can the network administrator configure to best provide this capability? Option A. VRRP. Option B. DNS. Option C. UPS. Option D. RPO. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network engineer needs to reduce the overhead of the file transfer. Which of the following configuration changes would accomplish this goal? Option A. Link aggregation. Option B. Jumbo frames. Option C. Port security. Option D. Flow control. Option E. Lower FTP port. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Our question is, a network administrator wants to analyze attacks directed towards the company's network. Which of the following must the network administrator implement to assist in this goal? Option A. A honeypot. Option B. Network segmentation. Option C. Antivirus. Option D. A screened subnet. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a company requires a disaster recovery site to have equipment ready to go in the event of a disaster at its main data center. The company does not have the budget to mirror all the live data to the disaster recovery site. Which of the following concepts should the company select? Option A. Cold site. Option B. Hot site. Option C. Warm site. Option D. Cloud site. Correct answer is option C. Question is, a technician is connecting DSL for a new customer. After installing and connecting the on-premises equipment, the technician verifies DSL synchronization. When connecting to a workstation, however, the link LEDs on the workstation and modem do not light up. Which of the following should the technician perform during troubleshooting? Option A. Identify the switching loops between the modem and workstation. Option B. Check for asymmetrical routing on the modem. Option C. Look for a rogue DHCP server on the network. Option D. Replace the cable connecting the modem and the workstation. Correct answer is option D. Question is, a network administrator is talking to different vendors about acquiring technology to support a new project for a large company. Which of the following documents will most likely need to be signed before information about the project is shared? Option A. BYOD policy. Option B. NDA. Option C. SLA. Option D. MOU. Correct answer is option C. Question is, which of the following is most commonly used to address CVEs on network equipment and operating systems? Option A. Vulnerability assessment. Option B. Factory reset. Option C. Firmware update. Option D. Screened subnet. Correct answer is option C. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Now the question is, which of the following uses the destination IP address to forward packets? Option A, a bridge. Option B, a layer 2 switch. Option C, a router. Option D, a repeater. Correct answer is option C. Question is, a network administrator decided to use SLAAC in an extensive IPv6 deployment to alleviate IP address management. The devices were properly connected into the LAN, but auto-configuration of the IP address did not occur as expected. Which of the following should the network administrator verify? Option A. The network gateway is configured to send router advertisement. Option B. A DHCP server is present on the same broadcast domain as the clients. Option C. The devices support dual stack on the network layer. Option D. The local gateway supports anycast routing. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network administrator is required to ensure that auditors have read-only access to the system logs, while systems administrators have read and write access to the system logs, and operators have no access to the system log. The network administrator has configured security groups for each of these functional categories. Which of the following security capabilities will allow the network administrator to maintain these permissions with the least administrative effort? Option A. Mandatory access control. Option B. User-based permissions. Option C. Role-based access. Option D. Least privilege. Correct answer is option C. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Our question is, a network technician is configuring a new firewall for a company with the necessary access requirements to be allowed through the firewall. Which of the following would normally be applied as the last rule in the firewall? Option A. Secure SNMP. Option B. Port security. Option C. Implicit deny. Option D. DHCP snooping. Correct answer is option C. Question is, a network administrator is reviewing interface errors on a switch. Which of the following indicates that a switch port is receiving packets in excess of the configured MTU? Option A. CRC errors. Option B. Giants. Option C. Runs. Option D. Flooding. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a network administrator wants to reduce overhead and increase efficiency on a SAN. Which of the following can be configured to achieve these goals? Option A. Port aggregation. Option B. Traffic shaping. Option C. Jumbo frames. Option D. Flow control. Correct answer is option C. Question is, a company's network is set up so all internet-bound traffic from all remote offices exists through a main data center. Which of the following network topologies would best describe this setup? Option A. Bus. Option B. Spine and leaf. Option C. Hub and spoke. Option D. Mesh. Correct answer is option C. Question is, a packet is assigned a value to ensure it does not traverse a network indefinitely. Which of the following best represents this value? Option A. Zero trust. Option B. Planned obsolescence. Option C. Time to leave. Option D. Caching. Correct answer is option C. Question is, after firewall replacement, some alarms and metrics related to network availability stopped updating on a monitoring system relying on SNMP. Which of the following should the network administrator do first? Option A. Modify the device's MIB on the monitoring system. Option B. Configure syslog to send events to the monitoring system. Option C. Use port mirroring to redirect traffic to the monitoring system. Option D. Deploy SMB to transfer data to the monitoring system. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Question is, a voice engineer is troubleshooting a phone issue. When a call is placed, the caller hears echoes of the receiver's voice. Which of the following are the causes of this issue? Choose two options. Option A. Jitter. Option B. Speed mismatch. Option C. QoS misconfiguration. Option D. Protocol mismatch. Option E. CRC errors. Option F. Encapsulation errors. Correct answer is option A and option C. Question is, the management team has instituted a 48-hour RTO as part of the disaster recovery plan. Which of the following procedures would meet the policy's requirements? Option A. Recover all systems to a loss of 48 hours of data. Option B. Limit network downtime to a maximum of 48 hours per year. Option C. Recover all systems within 48 hours. Option D. Require 48 hours of system backup maintenance. Correct answer is option C. Question is, which of the following best describes a north-south traffic flow? Option A. A public internet user accessing a published web server. Option B. A database server communicating with another clustered database server. Option C. A layer 3 switch advertising routes to a router. Option D. A management application connecting to managed devices. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Our question is, a technician wants to install a WAP in the center of a room that provides service in a radius surrounding a radio. Which of the following antenna types should the AP utilize? Option A. Omni. Option B. Directional. Option C. Yagi. Option D. Parabolic. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a wireless network was installed in a warehouse for employees to scan crate with a wireless handheld scanner. The wireless network was placed in the corner of the building near the ceiling for maximum coverage. However, users in the office adjacent to the warehouse have noticed a large amount of signal overlap from the new network. Additionally, warehouse employees report difficulty connecting to the wireless network from the other side of the building. However, they have no issues when they are near the antenna. Which of the following is most likely the cause? Option A. The wireless signal is being refracted by the warehouse's windows. Option B. The antenna's power level was set too high and is overlapping. Option C. An omnidirectional antenna was used instead of a unidirectional antenna. Option D. The wireless access points are using channels from the 5 GHz spectrum. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network technician is investigating an issue with a desktop that is not connecting to the network. The desktop was connecting successfully the previous day, and no changes were made to the environment. The technician locates the switch port where the device is connected and observe the LED status light on the switch port is not tilt even though the desktop is turned on. Other devices that are plugged into the switch are connecting to the network successfully. Which of the following is most likely the cause of the desktop not connecting? Option A, transceiver mismatch. Option B, VLAN mismatch. Option C, port security. Option D, damaged cable. Option E, duplex mismatch. Correct answer is option C. Question is an ARP request is broadcasted and sends the following request. Who is this IP address? Tell this IP address at which of the following layers of the OSI model does this request operate? Option A, application. Option B, data link. Option C, transport. Option D, network. Option E, session. Correct answer is option B. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Our question is, a network technician is observing the behavior of an unmanaged switch when a new device is added to the network and transmits data. Which of the following best describes how the switch processes this information? Option A, the data is flooded out of every port, including the one on which it came in. Option B, the data is flooded out of every port but only in the VLAN where it is located. Option C, the data is flooded out of every port except the one on which it came in. Option D, the data is flooded out of every port excluding the VLAN where it is located. Correct answer is option C. Question is, a network engineer is designing a new secure wireless network. The engineer has been given the following requirements. First, must not use plain text passwords. Second, must be certificate based. Third, must be vendor neutral. Which of the following methods should the engineer select? Option A, TWP RC4. Option B, CCMP AES. Option C, EAP TLS. Option D, WPA2. Correct answer is option C. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Our question is, an engineer is configuring redundant network links between switches. Which of the following should the engineer enable to prevent network stability issues? Option A, 802.1q. Option B, STP. Option C, flow control. Option D, CSMA/CD. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a fiber link connecting two campus networks is broken. Which of the following tools should an engineer use to detect the exact breakpoint of the fiber link? Option A, OTDR. Option B, tone generator. Option C, fusion splicer. Option D, cable tester. Option E, PoE injector. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network technician is installing new software on a Windows-based server in a different geographical location. Which of the following would be the best for the technician to use to perform this task? Option A, RDP. Option B, SSH. Option C, FTP. Option D, DNS. Correct answer is option D. Question is, a technician is assisting a user who cannot connect to a network resource. The technician first checks for a link light. According to troubleshooting methodology, this is an example of Option A, using a bottom-to-top approach. Option B, establishing a plan of action. Option C, documenting a finding. Option D, questioning the obvious. Correct answer is option B. Question is, which of the following TCP ports is used by the Windows OS for file sharing? Option A, 53. Option B, 389. Option C, 445. Option D, 1433. Correct answer is option C. Question is, which of the following connector types would have the most flexibility? Option A, SFP. Option B, BNC. Option C, LC. Option D, RJ45. Correct answer is option D. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Now the question is, a network engineer is investigating reports of poor network performance. Upon reviewing a report, the engineer finds that jitter at the office is greater than 10 ms on the only WAN connection available. Which of the following would be most affected by this statistic? Option A, view IP sales call with a customer. Option B, an in-office video call with a coworker. Option C, routing table from the ISP. Option D, firewall CPU processing time. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a technician is writing documentation regarding a company's server farm. The technician needs to confirm the server name for all Linux servers. Which of the following commands should the technician run? Option A, ipconfig. Option B, nslookup. Option C, ARP. Option D, route. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a store owner would like to have secure wireless access available for both business equipment and patron use. Which of the following features should be configured to allow different wireless access through the same equipment? Option A, MIMO. Option B, TKIP. Option C, LTE. Option D, SSID. Correct answer is option D. Question is, which of the following would need to be configured to ensure a device with a specific MAC address is always assigned the same IP address from DHCP? Option A, scope options. Option B, reservation. Option C, dynamic assignment. Option D, exclusion. Option E, static assignment. Correct answer is option B. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Question is, a small office is running Wi-Fi for APs and neighboring offices do not want to increase the throughput to associated devices. Which of the following is the most cost-efficient way for the office to increase network performance? Option A, add another AP. Option B, disable the 2.4 GHz radios. Option C, enable channel bonding. Option D, upgrade to Wi-Fi 5. Correct answer is option C. Question is, which of the following types of data center architectures will most likely to be used in a large SDN and can be extended beyond the data center? Choose two options. Option A, ISCSI. Option B, FCOE. Option C, three-tiered network. Option D, spine and leaf. Option E, top of rack switching. Correct answer is option C and option D. Question is, a network technician reviews an entry on the syslog server and discover the following message from a switch. Spanning tree port 1 blocked. Which of the following describes the issue? Option A, a loop was discovered and the impact was mitigated. Option B, an incorrectly pinned cable was disconnected. Option C, the link local address on the port is incorrect. Option D, the port was shut down and it needs to be reactivated. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network technician was hired to harden the security of a network. The technician is required to enable encryption and create a password for AP security through the web server. Which of the following would best support these requirements? Option A, ESP. Option B, WPA2. Option C, IPsec. Option D, ACL. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a network administrator is trying to identify a device that is having issues connecting to a switch port. Which of the following would best help identify the issue? Option A, a syslog server. Option B, change management records. Option C, a rack diagram. Option D, the security log. Correct answer is option A. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Question is, which of the following protocols would have low and secure connection to a Linux based system? Option A, SMB. Option B, FTP. Option C, RDP. Option D, SSH. Correct answer is option D. Question is, users attending security training at work are advised not to use single words as a password for corporate applications. Which of the following does the best protect against? Option A, an on-path attack. Option B, a brute force attack. Option C, a dictionary attack. Option D, MAC spoofing. Option E, denial of service. Correct answer is option C. Question is, which of the following topologies requisite the most connections when designing a network? Option A, maze. Option B, star. Option C, bus. Option D, ring. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a network administrator is troubleshooting an issue with a new internet connection. The ISP is asking detailed questions about the configuration of the router that the network administrator is troubleshooting. Which of the following commands is the network administrator using? Choose two options. Option A, TCP dump. Option B, show config. Option C, host name. Option D, show root. Option E, netstat. Option F, show IP ARP. Correct answer is option A and option E. You can download the complete list of recently updated contents from the link provided in the description. If you like this content, do like and subscribe. Question is, a company hired a technician to find all the devices connected within a network. Which of the following software tools would best assist the technician in completing this task? Option A, IP scanner. Option B, terminal emulator. Option C, NetFlow analyzer. Option D, port scanner. Correct answer is option A. Question is, a technician is configuring a network switch to be used in a publicly accessible location. Which of the following should the technician configure on the switch to prevent unintended connections? Option A, DHCP snooping. Option B, geofencing. Option C, port security. Option D, secure SNMP. Correct answer is option C. Question is, the network administrator is informed that a user's email password is frequently hacked by brute force programs. Which of the following policies should the network administrator implement the best mitigate this issue? Choose two options. Option A, captive portal. Option B, two-factor authentication. Option C, complex passwords. Option D, geofencing. Option E, role-based access. Option F, explicit deny. Correct answer is option B and option C. Question is, which of the following is the largest MTU for a standard Ethernet frame? Option A, 1452. Option B, 1492. Option C, 1500. Option D, 2304. Correct answer is option C. Question is, which of the following best describes a network appliance that warms off unapproved device that area accessing the network? Option A, firewall. Option B, AP. Option C, proxy server. Option D, IDS. Correct answer is option D. Question is, which of the following is the physical topology for an Ethernet LAN? Option A, bus. Option B, ring. Option C, maze. Option D, star. Correct answer is option D. Question is, the management team needs to ensure unnecessary modifications to the corporate network are not permitted and version control is maintained. Which of the following documents would best support this? Option A, an incident response plan. Option B, a business continuity plan. Option C, a change management policy. Option D, an acceptable use policy. Correct answer is option C. You can download the complete list of CompTIA based questions from the link provided in the description. Question is, a technician is troubleshooting a network switch that seems to stop responding to requests intermittently whenever the logging level is set for debugging. Which of the following metrics should the technician check to begin troubleshooting the issue? Option A, audit logs. Option B, CPU utilization. Option C, CRC errors. Option D, jitter. Correct answer is option B. Question is, a user tries to ping this from the command prompt on this IP address network but gets the following response. Which of the following needs to be configured for these networks to reach each other? Option A, network address translation. Option B, default gateway. Option C, loopback. Option D, routing protocol. Correct answer is option B. Question is, which of the following service models would most likely to be used to replace on-premises servers with a cloud solution? Option A, PaaS. Option B, IaaS. Option C, SaaS. Option D, disaster recovery as a service, DRaaS. Correct answer is option B.